Welcome, and thanks for checking out the Pathway this week. As Neil mentioned during the service, this week's a little bit different as Chad gave us sort of a dramatic presentation of Balaam's story over the next few chapters of Numbers. So we will dig into each of those verse by verse. So if you're spending time studying through this week, either on your own, with a friend or a spouse or your family, or with your study group, I thought I'd give you a little bit of what I'm planning to do with the guys in my group that will help us sort of have a framework for those weeks that are coming up. Because that's really the value of getting that big picture, is that there's some strange things over the next few chapters, but a lot of them are right around that idea that Chad was drawing out this week about, am I able to hear God, and am I willing to say what God wants me to say? Or have I kind of turned into one of these stubborn beasts? And so what's really interesting that I thought would be worth some of your time this week, to be honest, if you jump down to dig deeper, number 2, it says, check out these 3 scathing references to Balaam in the New Testament. What problems do they identify with him, and how are those creeping into the contemporary church? So it's another one of those places where, maybe you've heard of Balaam's donkey, but there's 4 chapters of Balaam. Why does he get such a big chunk of the book of Numbers, which is a book that a lot of us just often skip? Well, and then the New Testament calls back to it in 2 Peter and Jude and Revelation. Clearly, this was a momentous occasion in God's mind for helping us understand some of our own pitfalls, some of our own stubbornness and potential for rebellion. So whether you're doing this on your own or with a group, I'd really encourage you, start to do a little bit of praying just to have a soft heart to hear God over the next few weeks, but also do a little bit of digging onto those New Testament passages to see how the New Testament itself understood the key takeaways from that story about Balaam. Because as we always say, the best commentary on the Bible is the Bible. We keep seeing that in Numbers, how it connects to Hebrews. Well, now here's another place where the book of Numbers comes back 3 different times in the New Testament to help us hear what God is saying to us. So enjoy the time in study and in prayer this week. Enjoy it with your group. And we'll see you back for more next week.